Hello everybody, Reaper X1 here again, back in the R&D, the new Tekka R&D. That's how we're going to call it anyway, but welcoming you back to a brand new episode of a little bit of testing building testing. Building testivity, maybe. But thanks for joining me, I hope you are having a good one as always, and as you can see I've been working on a couple different ideas for an elevator. And the one on the back, in the back there, it's really reliable, it's been working pretty good. But I really only want to use one conveyor line. So what I'm thinking is that's what I want to try and do. So that's what I come here to do. And once again, the gyros have let me down. Now, I kind of thought, with just about all gyros, that this thing would be as stiff as a stick. Yeah. Or a steel girder. You know, like just rigid. Nice level. All that. It's all gyros. There ain't much weight on it. I know I got some armor on there and that, and then my dude, but really, it doesn't really seem to add anything to it that much. Because like you see here, it's barely bobbing. If the weight of my tech was really a big thing to it, it would, you think, drag it around or make it sag way down weird. Now here, let's try this, just for the giggles. We'll get rid of that guy. Now see, it's about the same angle as it was before. And look, it's still the same going up. Don't mind the rockets, I had to fix it. I had to boo-boo. But yeah, so I'm not thinking this is my best whoa, no. Okay, not so good after all. So yeah, we're probably not going to go with that one. But, well, if it does that all the time, you know, that sucks. But, well, if it does that too, I guess that's at least decent. But it won't. Not when it's surrounded with other things. It'll bang into and cause a whole crap catastrophe, and who knows, correct my save. So, I don't know. We'll have to figure it out when we go. But yeah, I'm not thinking this is the design I'm going to go with. That back one, maybe, but it does have two conveyor lines. I don't like it. Is really what I was hoping to do is not to have to use the pacemaker. And now that's going to be hard when I want to stop at different floors and this and that. But see, just by adding some rings and those guide rails made a heck of an awesome difference. But still not perfect. So I'm trying to get it a smooth ride. Now this is looking pretty good. But, you know, it still has that bit of an angle. There is still a bit of a jump. It's not perfect. Let's see what it does on turbo. Actually stayed together. I'm pretty surprised. So I'm thinking this is the basic idea I'm going with. Like obviously that's one to at least try. Not guaranteeing it's going to work, but it's one to try. It's got me hopeful. It looks promising, and I think it'll work. I'm inspired, I tell you. I'm inspired. So I come back here. Now I got a little head start. Had to figure some things out, you know. It took a while. But in case you're wondering how I figured them out, you may notice there's some red-ish looking armor there. Use the Hawkeye pointer laser and use it to line things up from a distance. It's really helpful. Make sure you got a darker block though. It's kind of hard on the yellow sometimes. Especially if it lines up with the attach points, which it usually does. It might blend in. So, you know, just a little bit of a tip for anybody that may not have thought of it. But what I gotta go and do is I gotta get this all built. So I gotta have my way to get my resource in there when this is all one tech. Or as it's anchored. And what I am doing, as you might have already figured out, is I'm building this in such a way that when I deploy it, it is one tech. And then when I hit the X button, it divides. So then my doors will work, my elevator will work, yada yada, everything should work. In theory. But we gotta at least get this elevator up and running sort of first. So yeah, there's a lot of work going on, and of course it's getting a little slower, but I'll tell you, from when I first started playing this game, or to even a few months ago, I've noticed some big improvements in the performance. Now, you may not really think it's much, but when you build the stuff like I do, this size, this much, and for as long as I have, you would really notice that. Like if anyone has a version of, say, 4.0, because I think that's when I started, that's where I built my first multi-tech. way back then. I know no one's never seen it. I didn't even get it finished. I just got it started, but I had sliding parts on each other that moved. They worked. I was impressed. It just lagged out so bad. And then I couldn't get the thing to load. I had the money. I had all I needed to buy it, and it would not work. It would crash every time. Oh, like that. I crashed. I didn't line that up very good. I forgot about my spacing. Dang it. Anyway, we'll go for another try on this. A little more established setup too, because that's what I'm going to do with the back column there. I'm going to wrap it in armor. At least make it look a little protected, or at least a little nicer. Because I really don't want to line this hotel, or my resort. I'm going to call it a resort. It started as a motel, but then it got big. So I'm going to call it a resort. Now, as you can see, that is not ideal. Look at him go. He's a trickster. And who thought he was just a one-trick kind of dude, eh? Now he's trying to grind on rails like he's some pro skater or something. Man, he's got skills. I didn't even know he had them ones. So yeah, it does work. It's not great this way yet. But the one thing I wanted to make sure is that I'd be able to reach this top floor up here on the roof. Because if I can't, I'm going to either have to make a secondary elevator just to get up that last floor, or I got to go with a whole new design once again. But I think this one will work. It can work. It might work. I might have to leave the platform down just a bit, but hey, it's a good thing we can all do that little jump or fly kind of deal that we all hopefully planned on needing in this, because, you know, that's kind of why I suggested it. And, that's kind of the main thing why I said, you know, if you can stick within these sizes and these requirements, that you'll be able to do everything that is planned. And anything that isn't planned, well, I'm going to make it suit all them requirements. Because most of it's just like size for doors and passageways and stuff like that. Yeah, I said passageways. I'm making a new maze at some point. And I'm not sure what it's going to be like. But if any of my ideas come into fruition, oh, it could be a tricky one. You see them doors? There's a little hint. Ever been in a maze where the walls change? It's kind of the idea I'm going with on this one. If I can figure it out to work nicely and not too noticeable, that's what I'm going to try. But, you know, we got to get this done first. We got to get some citizens here. And then we'll get them in, hopefully, their own homes if they got some that they want to build. If not, this isn't actually going to stay here. I thought of it, and I thought, no, because my airport ain't done. I need like a hangar at least, right? And if I had more stuff already to what's here, it's going to get nuts. So what I want to do is I want to move this at some point, but I'm just going to finish it here. Just because it's here, I got some protection. And most of the enemies aren't really coming near this at all. They're staying out on the outer rings. They're not even attacking much until I go anywhere near them. So if I just stay here, I should be pretty dang safe. It won't be really until I leave and come back when someone's probably going to come after this building here. So I'm going to just do as much as I can, make sure I save before I leave, take snapshots if I think I should, and you know, we're going to try and cover our arses. But you know, while we're sitting here watching this thing do its up and down kind of stuff, you know, there's a few things I forgot to mention. And those would be stuff like, you know, maybe you might be interested in a few of these, but you know, like the Saturday Showcase. Hey, that's where your cool and original can have its very own video. And that's all you need to do is have a couple texts that are that cool and original. Find my showcase auditions link down in the description. Follow it through to the thread. Post your in-game snapshots or save games, or both. You know, whatever works. Multi-text saves are usually better if you preset them up. It is appreciated, and you probably get a better showing out of your tech, because then, you know, there's less chance of me mucking it up, right? But yeah, if you're interested, it's down there. And you know, you can share your ideas with all of us, and who knows, maybe you'll inspire all of us, and maybe we'll even have some feedback that may inspire you. But we should at least have a bunch of fun in the process. But this was one other idea I had, getting away from my one track, just trying to get some reliability out of it, you know? But one thing I noticed is having that extra ring up higher is a big help, of course. But it's going to be too high to bring that up level. So, you know, I really got to do a lot of work and really decide if I want to put up with the elevator being 2, maybe 3 blocks too low for the upper roof. I don't know if I like that. Like, I know it'll work, it's not a big deal, but I just won't like it. So I think I'm gonna try a little more, and try again. But I'm not gonna give up on it yet. You might be getting sick of looking at an elevator, I know, I'm sorry, but I just thought it might be a handy idea, because, you know, if other people see this, they want to make an idea. I figure I'd go through a few of the builds that I tried that didn't work for me exactly, because, well, maybe my desires for it are just a little over and above what it is created for, but hey, maybe someone else could use it in a way that works great for them. Or it'll at least be a thing to say, yeah, don't waste your time. That sucked. Okay, yeah, that was not very good. Yeah, well holy, it's juggling my little dude down there. Well, it went back together though, so that's not horrible. But yeah, that's not going to be what we want. I know if I enclosed them it'd work better and everything like that, but I just was never really too keen on that whole let's go with that 2 conveyor line setup. Like I said, I wanted one just for ease of use and everything. And, you know, it's not just for me. I just get sick of having to select 8 things to get one thing to work. And also, you know, if someone else does use this save, you know, I want it to be pretty easy to figure out how to use. I don't want it to be like only hardcore pro builders can do it, right? That's no fun, not even for me, even if I do know how. Because honestly, I got a crap memory. If I'm away from something too long, I could forget it. That would suck, man. That would suck. You're like, what do I do with this? How do I get it in the door? I'm stuck. I'm locked out. Can't go up the floors either. But yeah, so I brought this back in here. Now, no, I'm not going to finish it in here. I just wanted to get that platform. Because when I get the platform, then I'll have the rough size. I'll build a new one to test. And then from there, I can always jump back into my save, and I'll rebuild it there for good, permanent on the thing in place. I think it's a better way of doing it. And it gives me a good idea of how much the lag is going to go up with every little addition. Because I got a feeling gyros are a big thing that weigh in on lag. Hey, look at that. That's not too bad. A little bit of a design change, and that's about what it was doing with the rings before. A little worse, but this has no rings. That's just a resource dragging it up. So I'm good with that. That's looking promising. I had a couple rings on the ends there. We'll be doing great. But you know, another thing I should maybe do, is just kind of mention that if you guys want to get in on some of this new Tekka building project, you know, feel free. You know, that there is a link down there in the description, the new Tekka project. When you find the thread it takes you to, I would recommend watching it, or watching the first 2 videos at least, because they kind of explain a little bit of the suggested requirements for your character. Because if you're going to take part, you need a character that represents you. And if you make more than one, there needs to be one with your name. So, like, if you go by, like me, I go by Reaper X1, so I made Reaper X1 as my character. And then from there, if you want to make more, that's fine. We're going to have hopefully lots of room. But just remember, if you make 10 characters, they're not going to have a really good spot to live unless you build it. Or they're going to be in your house, right? It's up to you. Tell me what you want to do with them and we'll figure it out. We're flexible here. We work together. So I think that's about my design. Now I just got to bring her over into the real game and we'll get her on building. But I need me a little break from the building. I've been on this for hours. Just figuring it out, trying, failing, not quite happy with results. So I am going to go do a little battling. And I'm going to go whoop some boys. But there was a couple things that I've been thinking of doing too for this runway. So I think I'm going to make me a bit of a mess right here. And maybe a little bit of a setup for something later. Now it's going to slow my frames down a wee bit. But I don't think it'll be horrible. Oh, sorry about that. That thumped me in my throat and wasn't welcome. So yeah, we got back here. And I think we did alright. Frickin' enemy showed up at the last minute. But anyway, we're going to go do a little bit of cleanup. I'll take this guy out for a wee bit of a drive, and this could be the very last time we see this guy. Because, you know, I've made lots of these kind of techs before. But actually, the thing that got me thinking about doing it this time was actually a suggestion. Now, I didn't do the suggestion yet because I was working with my tech that I had from my campaign that I carried over. So I didn't want to do that suggestion with that old tech. I wanted to make something completely new. But what it is have this kind of an idea, but reverse. So the magnets are on the pulling tech, the skews are on the back, and it's like a scoop. So everything that, you know, as you drive away, it wants to fall off, and at a magnet range and skew range, it gets caught in the scoop, kind of, right? So that's maybe where I don't know, maybe I'll do that soon. But one thing that I did want to do, you know, is let my young'uns get in on this if they can. Get them interested. Maybe they finally get around to making the characters they said they wanted to make and join in with. And so I gave my daughter a few minutes. You know, I took my little break. Had to get up and walk around. My back was hurting me. So, you know, this is what she got up to. Now, she wasn't much for the talking idea. She's kind of shy in that. And because I wasn't sitting right there, she didn't want to do it. Now, I am going to get them a little more out of their shell kind of thing. It'll take us some time. But that's the hard part, because usually when they want to, or when they get their chance on my computer, that's when I need my break. I got to go for a walk, because you may not know this, but yeah, I got some issues with my back. I can't sit forever. Got to get up and stretch it out, or I'm just done. But anyway, yeah, so it's one of those, I got to get them at the right time so we can all just sit here and just hang out and have some fun together. But as she builds up her turret here, I would like to ask you that if you did enjoy what you're seeing or saw or have saw, that you throw that like down below. Some comments as well, you know, they're always appreciated, even if they are hellos. Like, those are some of the best ones, I think. How is you doing, having a good ones and stuffs. And, you know, other than that, you could always subscribe, ding the bell, you know. We're trying to hit that 1,000 before the 20th of February so we can keep the little few dollars that this channel does make coming in, because it's the only thing that keeps us going. And other than that, you know, there's also the Solar Showcase that I mentioned, the new Tekka project. Those links are down there. And if you're up for some multiplayer on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that'll set us all up for a multiplayer Monday. And if you would happen to like to help out this little channel with a couple bucks and through a donation using my paypal.me link that is down in the description, you can do so knowing that your $2 donation will help this channel out to get better, to strive, to upgrade. And also, it will get your name entered into a draw for a 3D printed tech. That's a good spot for that missile. I like that. Man, she's getting to be good at builder. She likes the colored blocks and really pretty stuff. But yeah, as far as the draw, it's for a 3D printed tech that's currently valued at $40, and that can only go up, but it does depend on participation for it to go up. So if you are interested, it's all down in that description. I am looking to hopefully do it. I was going for February, but I'm thinking maybe March somewhere. I don't want to say a date for sure until I really see what kind of interest there is in it. We've got a few entries, or a couple entries already. One that got 2 tickets, one that's got 1, so you know, we're at least going to have somebody who wins. But if you're interested, it's all down that description. So until that next time, keep being the awesome. Keep having a good one. Bye.